Perfect.
Oh man, Joey, have you run into anybody yet that you've imitated? Have you run?
I've not.
You have,
No.
Oh man, Frank,
No.
what's that going to be like for him? Do you think when he gets that moment where he just crosses paths with somebody he's?
I think it always depends on the person.
Yeah.
There are certain people that would not look me in the eye. It's incredible how ridiculous that was. I didn't want to say any names because that would be bad. We're just going to let it out there.
It would be horrible. It would be.
There are people that, as you know, are nice about it, but don't always, I know what you're doing. Then there's like Schefter, who's like, I know it, but it doesn't sound like it to me. But you can keep trying. That's helium, Adam Schefter. I think for Joey, I think it'll be. I mean, there's this thing about Joey Mulinaro that's, I don't know. It's such a quick rise up that people just want to jump on board. I think there's that element, and I was actually reluctant, right? I mean, I talked to Joey a bunch of times before. I'm like, I don't want to just be a pig jumping on this thing. And we talked a bunch of times, and then found the right thing to actually work together on, which was the Andrew Luck, Bill Belichick bit. And it's just kind of fun. But I'm trying to think.
That was funny, man.
Who are the people who you haven't met Orgeron yet?
No, I haven't met Orgeron. I'm friends with Nick Saban's daughter.
Okay.
Actually.
Hey. So is Nick aware? Is Nick aware of of the Saban, Joey?
That's the thing. It's the most Nick Saban thing ever, because I had her on my show and I asked her and she was like, I'm not really sure. And that's just so perfectly Saban, because he's just like, I don't have time for any Twitter, okay? I'm trying to run a football program here. I got my Coke bottle. I got my Dasani bottle. I'm not going to answer any of your questions, all right?
He
doesn't know what Twitter is. He doesn't care.
Props. He came with his own props.
That is fantastic.
But no, I haven't met Orgeron. But the thing is Orgeron's on Twitter, and all he ever tweets is "Hold up, Tiger." But you got to think that at some point he has to have run on, into something. So
the Saban stuff, man, is what the first time that you caught my view on Twitter because Brockman and I have been all over the Saban press conference with the Coke bottle, and for some reason I don't know what it is, but Alabama football's podium is the most sensitive microphone. Anytime Saban taps the side of the podium, you hear like a thud, right? I mean, like
right.
And then
that's all he does, right? Because he talks so much with his. That's all. The whole thing is just fans. Everything he answers is like this. I don't know how the Coke bottle doesn't just fall off the damn mic, all right? It's all just eye and the hand motions like that. So.
And I would bet, Rich, that microphone is that sensitive because he doesn't really raise his voice ever. Even when Saban yells in those he gets excited, he's still almost at a whisper yell.
For sure. It's always just stern. It's never loud. It just gets more stern as the angrier he gets. So I always say, like, people who have asked, I always say, like, how I get into Saban is just imagining that, like, I had to go to Jiffy Lube or something, and they're like, yeah, your car's going to be fine, but we have to use this little tiny piece that's like $350 and got to do it today if you want to make your car better. So he's just like, whatever you got to do. All right. I don't want to come in here and spend this kind of money. This isn't where I want to be. All right. But if you got to do that, that's fine.
Say my favorite, tell my favorite word. Joey knows my favorite Saban word.
Oh, it's 100% program. All right. I'm trying to run a football program. Not program, program. PROGRUM.
Why is that your favorite word?
I don't know. It's one of those links. You find those links in impressions where if you watch even the evolution of Joey doing the Nick Saban impression, it gets better and better and better. The first one is great, but then you look at it now and you go, that was, for me, 20 years ago with a Madden or something, almost any impression you do, they just get better and better and better. And that's one of those words that at the beginning, the first time I heard it, I was like, oh, that's good. That's good. And you find that word, everything, and that might not have been it for him. You can talk to that, Joey, but you find a word or a phrase, a ramp up, and then the rest of it starts to flow, and then the rest of it becomes the same as those phrases or that word. And sometimes they'll go off on their own tangents. When I was working on an Oars run, which I kind of gave up on after seeing Joey do it, just because it kind of became one of his things,
Right.
was every time we tried to do Ed Oars run, like on the podcast or something, we like talk about football. It became, see, it's for cookie, it's good enough for me. So my Ed Oars run is just Cookie Monster, and the Google, oh, that's for Gold Tigers, Gold Tigers.